Stick around till the end of the video for a special announcement about the next month of this channel. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you episode 25 of my brand new Comics Haul series. I thought it'd be a good idea to let you guys know what episode we're on because it's kind of a landmark number, 25. Maybe I'll start actually numbering these, who knows. But as you know, this is the comic book series where each and every week when I go down to my local comic shop and pick up all the new issues that I'm going to be getting, I just show you guys what I got and tell you a little bit about them. But before I pull these comics out of the bag, I wanted to thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. 103 now. That's another huge milestone. It was my goal for this channel for a really long time. This is only the beginning. I'm going to keep on making these videos. Now that we've passed that landmark, next is 200. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll even make it to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you to everyone who supported me, all of these nice comments that you guys have left on my channel. But now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's pull these comics out of the bag. As you may know, this is the 5th Wednesday of the month, so not many issues this week. Most publishers just don't come out with that much on the 5th Wednesdays of different months, because it only happens a couple times a year. So I've got 4 issues from Marvel and 2 issues from Image Comics this week. But now that we've got these comics out of the bag, let's get the bag out of the way. Okay, now that that's fully over with, let's get right into the books that I've got this week. So this one I'll just show quickly because it's sort of an extra. This is just the Marvel Previews book, showing the solicitations that all the Marvel comics that are going to be coming out in September. I always just get these to fill out the checklist in the back. But onto the actual single issues that I've got this week. The first one is a pretty big release, and it's the big finale to the Hellfire Gala. This is X Factor issue number 10, the final Hellfire Gala tie-in that we're actually getting. As a lot of you may know, I've been reviewing every single week of this X-Men Hellfire Gala in my review series, and once I read this single issue, the only one that we're getting this week, the big finale to the Hellfire Gala, I'll be reviewing it. I think probably tomorrow or the day after I'll be able to come out with that video. And, you know, I don't know when this is actually going to be set chronologically during the whole Hellfire Gala, because that's been sort of an interesting element of the galas, that they don't really have like a certain timeline to all the issues. It's not like the first issue tells the first few minutes of the gala, second tells the continuous story, right? It's more just different teams' points of views during this one night of the gala, and it almost seems like they're going to be doing this annually. Emma Frost and other people who orchestrated this whole gala were talking about how they want this to be the first annual gala, which means there will be more. So I don't know, this could end up being like an X-Men event that happens every single year, in which every new year they make even bigger announcements, and this is supposed to be leading directly into the Trial of Magneto miniseries. So I'm excited to see what they can do with that. I think Scarlet Witch is going to get involved based on last issue's week of the Hellfire Gala and Sword number 6. So yeah, that's a big finale to the Hellfire Gala and X Factor issue number 10. And next up this week from Marvel Comics, I've got Black Cat Annual issue number 1. And this one, I'm going to give my most anticipated issue of the week. I wasn't really sure which issue that award should be given to, because there's some pretty exciting ones, but most of the issues are pretty calm this week. There's no like huge first issues of events or anything like that. So I'm giving it to this. Normally I wouldn't be so excited for just sort of a random annual, but this ties into Infinite Destinies, which is the Infinity Stones event that has booted up in this month of June. And the point of this whole Infinite Destinies event is that they're unveiling all of these different stone bearers, because ever since the last time that we saw these Infinity Stones in the Infinity Wars event, I made a whole video talking about that, so if you want some more information you can check out that video. But ever since that, the ending of that event, we've seen that these stones have had the power to like choose their hosts. They've all flown off into the distance and gone to all the different corners of the galaxy and chosen different hosts which, you know, they think are worthy. And in an upcoming story arc of Black Cat, they're going to be doing the story arc called Infinity Score, which is supposed to be a direct follow-up to Infinite Destinies. So it's seeming like Jed MacKay is really taking his creative reins and making Black Widow a bigger character than she's ever been, making her be at the forefront of these Infinity Stones events. So I think that's pretty cool. That's Black Cat Annual issue number 1, my most anticipated issue of the week. And then next up this week, this is a really big oversized issue. It's the giant size Amazing Spider-Man, The Chameleon Conspiracy, issue number 1. This may seem like it's a brand new series, but it's not. This is just another giant size Spider-Man one-shot, which basically just means that this is the conclusion to the Chameleon Conspiracy story arc, which has been going on in the last few issues of the Amazing Spider-Man ongoing series. And after this we have Sinister War. So there's a lot going on in Nick Spencer's run right now. Written by Nick Spencer with art by Carlos Gomez, Juan Ferreira, and Zay Carlos. I think it's also co-written by Ed Brisson. So there's a whole bunch of creators on this series. I think right now Nick Spencer is probably focusing most of his writing on that Sinister War event, which is the culmination of his entire run on Amazing Spider-Man so far. And then after that, he's finishing his run off with, I think, number 74, which is going to be a really big $10 oversized issue leading into the new run of Spider-Man. But yeah, of course, it's been following the Chameleon, who's in prison, and Teresa Parker, Peter's brother, confronting him, trying to find out more information about their parents. Meanwhile, Peter has recently come across Betty Brant again, his old friend, and he's found out that she's pregnant. So we've been seeing a bunch of different threads coming out from that. Some new characters being reintroduced into Spider-Man. And in the background of this all, we've been getting these little 2-page sequences following Dr. Octopus, the return of Dr. Octopus, finally making his grand return, which will be in Sinister War. But meanwhile, we're just seeing him reassembling the Sinister Six for the first time in many years. And my final issue that I've got for Marvel this week, like I said, it wasn't too big of a week since it was the 5th Wednesday of the month, but this one is Beta Ray Bill issue number 4. And this one I'm giving the award for Greatest Creative Team of the Week, in my opinion, because Daniel Warren Johnson is pretty much the only guy who's working on this, and he's been doing an absolutely phenomenal job being the only person really doing this series besides the colorist. It's mostly within his creative control, right? And he's been just exploring the character of Beta Ray Bill, who has mostly been a B-level character. Beta has, I believe, never had his own series like this before. I know this is just a mini-series, but I think it's really an interesting character that deserves to be explored more like he has been in this series. But ever since Thor shattered Stormbreaker, which was Beta Ray Bill's, magical hammer, which would allow him to revert back to his original form, he hasn't actually been able to go back. He's just been stuck in this horse form, and he's wanting to become his natural self again. I can't wait to see how they wrap it up, but it's one of my favorite books that Marvel's putting out right now. So that's Beta Ray Bill number 4 with my best creative team of the week, in my opinion. And then we've got 2 issues from Image Comics this week. The first one that I've got here is Crossover number 7. It's been so long since the last issue of Crossover came out. I think they took kind of a hiatus, so it's been at least a couple months since we got that big conclusion of the first story arc. But as you can see on the cover here, this is a very different issue than usual. I think it's going to be sort of a one-off. Next issue, we just get the regular creative team back on Crossover once again to continue their ongoing story. But this one is written by Chip Zdarsky instead of Donny Cates, with art by Phil Hester instead of Jeff Shaw. And as you can see on the cover there, a missing sign with Chip Zdarsky on it. In this crossover world where every single fictional comic book character from every company suddenly burst into the real world, comic book writers and artists are not people who are looked up to anymore. They're actually being hunted down by different people for creating these characters which have caused so much havoc and destruction in the real world now. So that's Crossover issue number 7. I can't wait to read this one. And the final issue that I've got this week, another Image one, this is Spawn number 319. And I'm giving this one my best cover art of the week, in my opinion. Thank you to Luna Rose in the comments section of my last comic book haul for giving me this award idea. And yeah, this is actually a really good cover. I think it's by Bjorn something, I'm sorry, I couldn't pronounce the last name, who's been doing some great covers for Spawn recently with this kind of painted style. And we see Violator on the cover there transforming into this, demon form. And yeah, Spawn's Universe came out last week, that big one-shot, which was the start of this new expansion in the Spawn universe, where they're going to be unveiling all of these new ongoing series. The next one that we've got is King Spawn. And yeah, I've been getting this series for about 5 or 6 issues at this point, and I also read some of the earlier Spawn comics digitally a while back. And it's just a really interesting character. It's written by Todd McFarlane, of course, the creator of Spawn, with art by Carlo Barberi. So that's Spawn issue number 319, the best cover art of the week, in my opinion. Alright, well that's every single one of the brand new comics that I picked up this week. I want to know what you guys got though. Let me know down in the comment section below. Which issue were you looking forward to the most this week? If you already read your issues, let me know what you thought of them. But before we go, I've got a big announcement for the future of this channel that I've got to let you guys know about, because it's going to be going into full effect in just a few days. The announcement is that I'm basically going to be going on a road trip, but don't worry, I'm not going to stop posting videos. This is actually going to be an exciting moment for the channel. It's going to be through the whole month of July. I'm going on a road trip with my family, so while I won't be able to actually post videos back here, I'm planning on trying to get some pre-recorded videos out that'll be released every single Wednesday. I'll have 4 different videos during the month of July, so that there'll still at least be a video every single week for you guys to watch. But but I'm going to be trying my best to try to record videos visiting different comic shops across the US. On my road trip with my family, I'm thinking I could have a budget of like about $20, some sort of budget, and a time limit, and just try to get as cool of issues as I can, try to get maybe some keys and some nice issues, and then just show you them back wherever I'm staying at the time. So we should be able to come across some pretty cool comic shops on that road trip. I'm really excited to see how that pans out, but at least you guys will be getting those 4 videos that I'll be trying my best to have pre-recorded and ready to post every single Wednesday while I'm away. And just a side note, when I get back, you can expect the largest Comic Haul episode the world has ever seen, where I'll be getting all 4 weeks of the July comics. My comic store owner has agreed to set them aside while I'm gone, which is very nice of him. I've been working all summer doing dog walking and pet sitting to be able to take such a long break, so it should be really fun. So that's the big announcement. I just wanted to get that over with and let you guys know about this future of the channel. And if you enjoyed this video at all, make sure to hit the subscribe button. That's the big red button which is sitting right below this video. You can also hit the notifications bell which is sitting right next to it. You'll be notified every single time I post a new video if you don't want to miss any. So that's everything from me for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye, guys.